tier lists for this game are kind of worthless. It's nice to have a reference of who are the strongest characters and who's weaker, but at the end of the day, if you right now go to YouTube and try to find how people are killing tower, weapon retrials, tarot stages, people are using low rarity units to cheese a specific content, be it the Papal Guard, be it Lash, be it Divine Grace, etc. So when we talk about tier lists, you have to understand that it's good as a reference, but always take it with a grain of salt. Level up the characters you like. Edda is finally coming in less than 12 hours, so let's talk a little bit about the updated tier list for this 1.1 version, if you wish to call it that way. What has changed, what characters are going down, and which ones are going up. As usual, before we start, please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and let's get started. So, Sefhi, what's going on with the tier list? What has changed? What is new? Multiple things, not only on the tier list, but also on the website. So let me open this and the tier list. Tier list has changed. There is a couple new units. We have the new T3 on the bottom, as you can see, for our boy here. What can we say? What can I say? But we have added, we have changed a couple of things on the tier list. So we'll talk mostly on the global version. We're gonna focus. But if you're interested, the new character on the Chinese server, it's Layla. She is 1.5. She is a pretty decent tank. The problem is that she's more focused for the PvP, and her kit is kind of weird, the way she works for the grouping of the characters, and kind of too situational. So 1.5 feels like a good place to start. Also, reminder that my tier list is based on the Taiwanese tier list with some small modifications to adapt to the global version that we have right now. So let's go into the global version right here, global version. And also, before we go into the tier list, I am working on the weapon database. Right now there is only weapons. I'm missing trinkets and lower rarity weapons. You'll be able to see where to get these weapons, weapon trial 1, 2, 3, limited time event, etc., and much more when it's finished. It's more or less done, but of course I'm missing a lot of data still, so little by little. And also I'm added a new section which is called events on the sidebar, which you'll be able to see all the events we get in the game, their possible rewards, and more. They are explaining there. I'm also going to be adding video explanations for the puzzles, since some of the story levels have actually special requirements that you need to solve a specific way. So all that said, let's jump directly into the tier list and what has changed. Starting with, of course, T0 is still the 4 girls in there leading everyone else. Beryl, Cole, Gloria, and Nana is still leading. Nothing changes in here. The only thing that will change when we get Sefhi, it's Cole going down to 0.5. Until then, Cole can stay here. It's still a strong assassin that will completely carry you early, mid-game. Yes, endgame is a little bit more hard because she needs to finish off the enemies in order to keep proccing her passives, but it's still fine. Beryl will stay always on T0 because her damage as a magic DPS is the highest in the game by far. Then you have Gloria and Nana, both supports, amazing characters. We've already talked about them and why they're good. You have more videos explaining their kits, but if you have any of these 2 support characters, they are amazing. And in fact, if you have Nana or Gloria or both of them, you could be skipping technically the next banner, which is Edda. In around 12 hours it's gonna be available, more or less, because we are getting another 2 DPSs after this, which is gonna be Simona and then August, right? So I will suggest, if you already have the supports, save your currency for the DPSs, because as you all know, this game is not the most generous game out there when it comes to giving us boosts. So I will suggest, if you have the supports, Gloria and Nana, one of them or both of them, you can skip Edda and focus on Sefhi and August. Moving into 0.5, we have Dantalion, Edda, Magnus, and Nana. With the new addition, of course, here is gonna be Edda as a purely support character. She works also kind of like Gloria as well, where it's a mix of support and DPS as well, thanks to her passive, where he's proccing attacks constantly. You have another video if you want to watch it, and you can also check her kit already on the website if you want, fully translated with everything in here. So that said, she is a pretty strong character, and most likely will stay in 0.5 for a while. Even right now in the Taiwanese version, she is 0.5. Dantalion is an interesting case because he could be T0 right now in the current global version until we get more DPSs. He is a strong character, he deals really good damage, and he's one of those characters that has physical and magical damage, right? Which makes him a prime candidate for a lot of the levels where you need one or the other. The problem is that in a lot of levels you do not want to use specific damage types because bosses will retaliate against you or have specific mechanics where you are kind of fucked up if you are bringing someone like him into the fight. That's why personally I don't think he cannot be T0, even though he's pretty close right now in the global version to those girls up there. Nothing has changed in T0.5, so we can keep going down into T1 and T1.5. These two categories will remain the same for a while. The only things that will change with future characters is Nono will moving a little bit down, Nungal staying here, and then Maitha will be moving down when we get more characters in the future. For now, she can stay here. She's an amazing character. We get her for free, we get multiple dudes for free, and you get also gear for her. Same for Rawi and Faigal. That's why these three characters from Sword of Convallaria are in T1.5, because we get them for free. You get dupes and gear to make them actually shine in the level. So if you don't have a tank, they are easy picks for basically everybody. Now let's move into the last two categories, and this is where things have changed a little bit. And as you can see, T2 now is missing two guys that have been moved down to T3, and that's Theodon and Iggy. Now from T2 there are other characters that could be going down to this last T3, right? Which are Nergal and Miguel. When it comes to Theodon and Iggy, why are they so low? Iggy is a character that needs the Highland buff, but it's a melee character, meaning he's way too situational for most of the stuff that we are doing right now in game. And then when it comes to Theodon, again, we talk about this. Sadly, he is the weakest tank in the game, and in general, one of the worst SSRs in the game. And speaking on SSRs, we need to talk about low rarity characters as well, because you have to understand that tier lists for this game are kind of worthless. It's nice to have a reference of who are the strongest characters and who's weaker, but at the end of the day, if you right now go to YouTube and try to find how people are killing tower, weapon retrials, tarot stages, people are using low rarity units to cheese a specific content, be it the Papal Guard, be it Lash, be it Divine Grace, etc. So when we talk about tier lists, you have to understand that it's good as a reference, but always take it with a grain of salt. Level up the characters you like. You can clear all content in this game with the ones you really enjoy. There is no need to be pushing under level. There's no need to be pushing right now the level 60 and beyond weapon retrials, alright? Is it nice if you can? Of course, and it's more rewards. But for most people, it's nothing but a reference. But that is right now the state of the tier list of the global version. Like I was saying, when it comes to the Taiwanese version, the only thing that has changed is actually Lila being on 1.5. Now, you might have also seen the game key tier list, and that's a really good one as well. The problem with the game key tier list is that they are changing it based on the current week. So when we come here, you will see some characters that right now are T0, but next week or in a few weeks, they will change again because the Tower of Adversity has changed, and so the meta is now completely different. So this is another tier list that's nice as a reference, but you should completely ignore. We do not have Tower of Adversity, alright? We do not have this mode. This is the other tower, not the one we're currently clearing. So this is nice as a reference. Ignore it until we unlock this game, which God knows when it's gonna be coming to the global version. But just wanted to mention it because, again, doesn't matter if it's mine, game key, .gg, all tier lists are or should be used only as a reference. That said, that's gonna be it for this one. Tomorrow we're gonna be pulling for Edda. Hopefully we do not get shouted. We have 12,000 gems and we have 30 pulls right here. I'm expecting to get destroyed, but maybe we're like 170 for the guaranteed, and I need to do 75 to get the guaranteed SSR, and then 170 for the guaranteed rate up character. If you want a guide or a tutorial on the next event we're getting, it's already on my channel and on the website, so feel free to visit that. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. As usual, love you all bosses. Good luck with your pool dinners. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。